I think if I hear you call me Becky one more time, six-pack, I'm gonna pop your tops. All six of them.
Who are you?
Hey, this is Matt once again. Welcome back to another review. This is another paid request, this time from Guillermo. Thank you so much for that. For those interested in requesting pretty much any type of videos, feel free to send them either directly to my PayPal or join my Patreon. Pretty much anything. Feel free. The links are down below in the info box. Now, this is for a film called Followers from 2017. Now, this is a rant, but it's because there's a semblance of a good idea in this. There is. It's a found footage film. I've said countless times there's a lot of bad ones out there, but there is a handful of good ones. And like I said, there's an idea that could work, but it's poorly executed. In particular, the first chunk of the film, the last chunk of the film. The middle portion, if you took that and you made it just about that, from that specific point of view, and followed that idea to the actual point that it seems like it was going and it should have been going, until this out of the blue, out of nowhere thing happens. What I mean by it is the setup of the film. First off, the beginning, you have two people chatting on a phone. One is a girl jogging, one is in her bed. The girl jogging just grabbed, killed off screen. You're like, what the hell does this have to do with the film? Until the very end. That could have been chopped off. You didn't need that. Because you didn't need the last 15-20 minutes. Then you have this couple who is a vapid, a likable, and maybe that's their point. Maybe that was the point, is to make them vapid, because they're playing these vloggers that film everything in their life, film every single damn part of their life. They do YouTube videos where they do yoga, workout, nutrition. They're beautiful people, and they care about the likes, and they care about the subscribers and workout challenges. And one girl is cheating on this guy, and the guy doesn't know it yet, and they're going up to the woods for a 1-year anniversary, and they film themselves in the car singing songs, which is weird because they're singing one song, but the girl goes from front to the back seat, cuts the front, cuts the back seat, and they're singing the song without any cuts. So it makes me go, okay, they tried to tell us that they sang the song when she was in the front seat, then they went back, played the song, and filmed in the back seat. Because like she's singing one line of dialogue, then when she's in the back seat, continuing that line of dialogue, and I'm like, maybe that's what we're supposed to assume, but maybe I'm giving the movie that much credit because they're trying to. But they're still extremely unlikable. Like I said, the girl's cheating on his guy. You never get in depth as to why she's cheating on the guy, what brought her to that conclusion to cheat on the guy. That never really comes into play. And then the guy, their neighbors waving to them, and the guy calls them an asshole and, oh, his creepiness rubbed off on me. Uh, when they're at a diner and they're leaving, a guy returns the wallet, and the driver, the guy's like, oh, what a freak. I'm like, the guy returned your wallet. Oh, because he doesn't look the absolute of fitness like you don't call him a freak, even though he was nice enough to return your wallet. These are two vapid, imbecilic, empty-headed fuck faces. And again, maybe that was their point, the filmmaker's point, but it makes it so that the first 25, 30 minutes you're watching this, to me, ugly on the inside people just fucking around on their day or bitching about going outside. At least the girl is. We walked 15 miles. And the guy's like, no, we walked 2 miles. And then I'm thinking, well, wait a minute, girl, you're a fitness workout, yoga. Why should 2 miles do anything to your body? I mean, why? Whatever. The drinking around the campfire, the fooling around, the guy films himself taking a piss. And the only reason they do that is because you see an image of a person passing by a tree, where you find out later what that was. You have the scene where they're in a tent and they're scared, they hear a noise, and the guy plays a joke on the girl doing yoga. That's what I mean. This is what happens for the first 30 minutes of the film. And the movie's not that long of a flick. It's an hour and a half tops. Less than that, I believe. It's less than that. But then, these two guys come up, metal mask on each person. One has a gun. They take the two hostage. You think the guy fires a gun. It cuts. And now we've gone back in time. We're with these two guys' point of view. With the metal mask. And you find out that they are documentary filmmakers that are going to make a thesis, a documentary about how easy it is to track someone based on social media. And we're going to kill them. You know, maybe scare them and say, hey, people, they're easily giving out their address, they're easily giving out all their information. This is how we can find them. As trying to be sort of a statement on how free people are with their information these days and sharing it online. And you know what? Like, that is something that has potential. That has potential. To have a movie where these two guys, hey, we're going to teach these people who film themselves day in and day out, every hour of the day, that this is the danger of doing this stuff. This is the absolute danger of doing these type of things. This is why you don't do it. And also the two actors are better than the two we've been watching for the past half hour. Like, these two guys who's the filmmaker, they're actually not that bad of actors. I'm not saying their characters are likable. What they're doing is rather scummy. But also, it's a more interesting story. So in a way it becomes almost by default more interesting characters of what their true motivation is, or the thought process on trying to teach people about the dangers of doing this. And we want to show people how dangerous it is, that if you do stuff like this, you're on your phone all the time, you're sharing everything, maybe this could happen to you. So kind of a word of warning to people. So how easily they find this couple's place, and how easily they can get right near them, and how easily they can follow them, and how easily they can... And then we're seeing the past 30 minutes from their point of view. I'm okay that... Again, they're dynamic, they're acting with each other. One guy didn't piss at the other because he's lagging behind, and I'm tired of you running your mouth. Using the spy drone that they fuck up and they crash. So it shows even more so they're infallible. And then the one guy's ran to the camera going, we're not our lights, we're not our photos, we don't gain anything. People become a prostitute for lights. Why do we do this when just for a few strangers to take an interest in what we do? And, that ranting into the camera, at least you get a little bit into his psychosis. That's what I mean, is that there's room there. Maybe you'll be heavy-handed. Again, I'm not saying the two will be likable, but if this was like a drama, or if this was like a crime film, it didn't need to be a horror film. Hell, it could have been like a comedy satire, or a black comedy, where they're doing scummy things, but they're trying to teach a higher morale, and no one has to die, but it's just... What it decides to do, while it has these interesting ideas, is it shits the bed. Because we're back to where we were at. Because that section goes on about 30 minutes, give or take. Until we're back to where we started, with the guns. The guy shoots, but he missed, and they're arguing with each other, like, what are you doing? No, we gotta teach, no one's gonna know unless we do something even more serious. And then all of a sudden, a cult appears. And a lady comes up and slits one of the guys with the metal mask, the guy who's ranting, slits his throat. And then the yoga girl and the other guy with the metal mask and camera, they run off. The cult grabs yoga girl's hubby, kills him, and then the two are just running from this cult. I would say out of the blue. I did say out of the blue. I guess that's to the very, very beginning of the film. Showcase why that's in it. I think one of them you see behind a tree and walk out when the pissing out of his tent. And you're wondering, why is he filming himself piss in his tent? He wouldn't. It's for the audience to see this person. And because I swear they were in white and the cult is in white. I'm like, why? Why is this a thing? Why did you have to put some random cult in there? It's that scary. Comes out in the blue and you go, what the fuck is this? What movie is this now? That's like watching Searching with John Cho, and all of a sudden it becomes The fucking Exorcist. And all of a sudden John Cho becomes possessed by the devil. Blah, 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 blah. You will never see your daughter, cocksucker. You'd be like, what the fuck's going on? Making my eyes itch. So they chase the two, and the guy won't put down the camera, and all the typical stupid tropes. Why does he just put the fucking camera down? A girl's being attacked by one of the cult members, and guy's like, let me safely place this camera down, so I do not break it. Oh well, if this girl gets killed while I'm doing it. The guy gets killed, it's the girl left. She gets into her car, she's trapped in it. The cult members are like weakly pounding on the car, barely pounding on it, because they don't want to break the van, the car. And the yoga girl's doing her last testimony about, I'm just what you wanted to be. Perfect hair, perfect body. People don't know I have an eating disorder, and I cheated on my husband, my boyfriend, and... No, it was her boyfriend. Because the guy wanted to propose to her sometime during that, so it was her boyfriend. She gets pulled out, doesn't put up much of a fight. She screams, the movie's over, and I'm like... I don't remember if I said the title. I think if I said followed, I meant followers. But sometimes people say it's whatever, it's followers. And this poster doesn't tell the movie much. I mean, I don't know what is up with this poster. This poster does not sell the film. I'll try to put it over here. I mean, I guess technically the two guys when they have the mask on, they kind of looks like that. Kinda, but that's the thing. This should not have been a horror movie. This didn't need to be a horror film. Or a horror film maybe in a psychological sense of you have two people. One really does want to do documentary, but he's just doing it the wrong way. And one has an off psychosis, and you follow them from the beginning. And maybe it's one battling the other and make the couple not so vapid and that there is more to them than what's on screen. Like maybe they appear vapid and maybe they appear selfish on screen, but there's more to them than meets the eye. They're actually a loving, nice couple who just you show the danger of doing it, but also the and needed better writing, better direction. The two actors that play the couple, again, I don't know if it's the material, the direction, or the actors themselves that did a bad job. But I didn't care about them. And then the ending, the cult, that was not needed at all. That was completely out of left field. Well, 98% out of left field, I'll put it that way. And cinematography, music, there's not much to talk about with that. It's a found footage film. Like I said, there's a kernel, a semblance of an idea that could work for a film. And if someone takes that middle portion, and yeah, the two actors they got was fairly good in my opinion. You make the entire movie about them, and that creates some interesting, whether satire or deep thoughts or value creepiness. But it doesn't. Just comes off as silly, ridiculous by the end. This random religious cult. I don't know why they made that decision. I have no idea. They're like, we need to have some horror element to his found footage. It's like, no, you really didn't. And the twist didn't really make things better. In fact, I think it made things worse. Well, we need to sell as a horror film, so we need this ending. Well, not many people know about this film anyway. So I think that if you kept the course as you have it be a comedy drama, or and a little bit of a thriller aspect, or you could have, like I said, a satire on the whole, how people are concentrated on media and what you're kind of elaborating in that middle section. I think, I don't know if it'd be a good movie still, but it would be a better movie. But I'm just repeating myself. So, with that said, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later.